Listen, before we get into this week's video, I want to ask you to do me a favor. You see, I've got a lofty target here on the channel of 1,000 subscribers, and I need all the help I can get getting there. So if you can subscribe to the channel, support the channel by subscribing, that would be amazing. And hopefully we can hit our target. Now, let's go get into this week's Doodle Challenge. What's up, YouTube? And welcome back to another episode of the Discord Doodle Challenge, my weekly challenge that I challenge my Discord community to by providing them with a doodle that you can see on screen now. And they have to turn it into something. You can't destroy the image in any way. You can transform it though if you need to, scale it up and down, flip, rotate. The rules are over on Discord. So you can go ahead and click the link in the description down below if you want to join in. Let's take a look at what everybody created this week with this week's doodle, which is week 29. So this is the doodle that we created, and let's just see what other people saw when they saw it. Up first is Rainbow, and we have a pair of flip-flops, and it's perfectly integrated there into the strap that goes over the top. Very nicely done. That almost looks like a corkboard kind of texture in the actual sole there. Really cool. Up next, we have I Hate Sushi, and we have this week's doodle outline in white, duplicated and flipped it. So this is what you can do. You can duplicate the actual doodle, flip it horizontally, and then you've got two side by side. What shape does it make? And then sometimes that can just help with the inspiration as to the shape of what you want to draw. And this week we have, by the looks of it, a like choir sort of design here. I love the colors in the background. Those almost like it's like Northern Lights style design. Very, very cool. And of course the light coming from the book as well. Awesome work, very nicely done. We then have Alturas, who saw the spades symbol, and then the person there's only one person that comes to mind. I can't remember his name now. I saw it in Deadpool and Wolverine. It will come to me at some point, but awesome design anyway. The actual design of him is fantastic, very nicely done. By the way, check out the mullet. Nearly, look at that, we've got a little bit of length back there. It's coming in, little modern mullet. So little sidetrack there, let's carry on. We've got Ra up next, and we have a shield kind of design. A student, you've always been a student of heraldry, and the edge of a shield design, Shakespeare's arms. Very nicely done. I love this. I love the bevel on the edges as well. I think you could have carried the bevel onto the black as well, just to make sure you got that level of 3D depth. Potentially this is just like a layering thing where maybe that needs to go underneath, but the work is fantastic, and I love the idea of a shield. It's just perfectly done. Nice integration. Up next, we've got Kells, and you saw some bells. Nice rhyming for me. So we've got all the bells on the Christmas tree. Again, just sometimes it doesn't need to be a full design. It just needs to be good integration, as I always like to say here. And of course, the doodle is integrated here into the side profile of the bell. It's been duplicated, flipped, and then we've got the bell shape there for the Christmas tree. Very nicely done. Cockle is up next. You saw a northern cardinal. I'm so sad that we don't get these in the UK. I love these. Seeing them on TikTok or something like that just pop up. They're awesome. Very pretty birds. And we've got the doodle there integrated over the top and then down the chest as well. You can see that much better there. It's also been integrated into the face as well. I love it. Great integration. You also saw an angelfish as well. So double duplication there. So for example here, we've got one over the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels of integration. Love the water background, that's fantastic. And of course the fish looks awesome as well. Up next we've got JD Aval, and you saw a heart. Love this. Very, very cool. Love it. Just straight to the point. There's nothing more, nothing less. Very nicely done. Milo is based on an anime monster form. And we can see the doodle there in green across the top of the head. This is fantastic, Milo. Really awesome work. I love it. Love all the dark areas of shadow, which is the only thing really that you can use there to define the character's characteristics. Tommy, you're up next. Fantastic lighting and shadowing on here. We've got a nice little sort of picture design. Very nicely done. Just awesome. Love all the texture in there, all the colors. It looks like you've gone for kind of like a 3D effect with the line work there, because there's a little bit of a shadow that just sits underneath it. It's awesome work. Where's the doodle then? Let's have a look. The doodle, of course, is exactly the whole shape of the actual picture. I was going to say vase. Cockle. Have we already had one from Cockle? I'm pretty confident we have we not? Anyway, we have. Cockle cannot stop creating these doodles. It's awesome. Up next, we've got a manta ray design and double integration into the top of the head. I love this because to me it symbolizes that you're sat there and you're just in flow state, you're just enjoying yourself, having fun with the doodle challenge, which is of course what we want to try and do, is just have fun. And up next, we've got an awesome design by Nala that is very, very fun. It's the Doodle Challenge by Joel Creates. and this is fantastic. I love this. When I first saw this, I thought maybe I could go ahead and sort of turn that into a sticker maybe, and do something like that. But that's such a really cool design. I really like it. Very fun, very Doodle challenge, on point branding. Love it. Very nicely done, Nala. It's fantastic. Up next, we have Froggy, where you've managed to add the doodle into the Ravenclaw. By the way, I am a Ravenclaw, actually, where you can do a test on the Harry Potter website, I think it is, and you can see what house you would be. I think I had to do it for Hogwarts Legacy, and I was Ravenclaw, which works out pretty nicely. And you've integrated it there into the Ravenclaw as well. I wonder if this is a tutorial by someone and maybe it just perfectly seems to integrate in there. I'm not too sure, but very nicely done, Froggy. Up next is Zafira. I guess my mind took off a little bit. The doodle is using everything from the birds to the snow and the mountains, and I used it about 40 times. Wow, let's take a look at this. Vase, lots of flowers, the actual window shape, the mountains in the background. This is fantastic. Really awesome work. I love the fact that you tried to make it fit in so many different areas. It's awesome. It's all about integration, as I like to say. GC, you're up next, and you saw the shape of a British pound sign. Very on point for me, of course, and that's awesome. I love it. I love the Union Jack in there. I love the 3D effects to it as well. I also like the fact that you've considered the perspective as well along the actual sort of the opposite side, the top side edges as well, and how everything just rotates round onto the 3D object. Really awesome work. Alex, you're up next. You tried to make an onion and then made whatever this is. So let's take a look. It does have onion characteristics, absolutely. I've never seen an onion with a mustache. It's like a really kind of off-brand Pringles design kind of thing. This would fit potentially in the Pringles family if they decided to do pickled onions, for example, potentially. I'm not sure if that's just a UK thing. Up next, we've got Tay. We've got a birdie looking at a broken saxophone. Tay, your style every week is absolutely awesome. I love it. The sketchy style to it. There's a lot of credit that needs to be given here as well for the style, because there's a lot that goes into it to make it look that way in terms of sketchy and so on. And I love the basic application of color. Really awesome work, Tay. Cockle, you are up next. And Cockle, is this your fourth? This is the fourth one. And we saw this kind of tower. It's a minaret. I'm not sure what that actually is, but this nice brick tower design, very nicely done. Daddy Wolf, you are up next. You saw the chimney. So essentially all the gas is from the chimney of a boat there. I love the perspective of this boat as well. It's really like we're at an aerial viewpoint looking down on it. But then we can then see the effects of all the kind of fumes at the top as well. Very nicely done. Rough Row, you're up next. Saw Penguin's little foot. Double application, should I say here, where it's been implemented here twice in the foot at the bottom. Love the use of color. It's really cool. And the way we've got a little bit of shadow underneath the face by just doubling up the brush. Potentially the brush was at a low opacity as well, but you can just layer up the color a couple of times and you end up with some nice highlights and shadows. Now at this point, we always pick my favorite three anyway from this week's submissions. In third place, I'm going to go with Ra and their shield design. Perfect integration, just doubled it twice, flipped it horizontally on one of them, and now you've got a shield design. I love it. It's keeping it simple sometimes, but this is fantastic. I really like it. Second place goes to Tommy this week and their picture design. Fantastic work. Love the highlights and shadows as well. Looks great. And in first place this week, I'm going to give it to Milo and their anime character design. Fantastic work, Milo. Congratulations. And that is another week of the Discord Doodle Challenge. Week 30 will be available right now over on Discord. You can check it out using the link in the description down below. And I'll see you again next week.